Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. This is your home for organic Bible study. We like to call this the Bible Bistro. So come on in here. Now, in the Bible Bistro, we come in and we sit down and we discuss, the Psalms every day, 5 minutes a day. And we have a good time, lots of dainties. And I often point to the bookshelf. I just published a book. I edited a book and republished it, basically. It's Cotton Mather's Christianity to the Life. If you don't have a copy, I hope you'll go out to Amazon and get one. But besides the bookshelf in the Bible Bistro, I think we also have to say that we have now a bandstand, or maybe we could call it a jukebox. Because we've got the timbrel and the harp and the psaltery and the trumpet. I mean, goodness, we've got our own little band going on here. This is like a coffee shop. Got a little live music playing, and we've got some great Bible studies, some hot coffee, being brewed, and this is really good stuff here. And some fresh, hot, organic Bible study right out of the Psalter. So today we're looking in the Psalter at Psalm 81, verses 8, 9, and 10. Yesterday we saw the dramatic shift from the third person to the first. I heard a language I understood not. I removed his shoulder from the burden. I delivered thee. I answered thee. I proved thee. 6 different times here we have that first person. So the Lord is speaking directly to his people, and he's reminding them, I did this for you. And so all that music that we talked about up in verses 1, 2, and 3, it's for a testimony to remember what I did in my deliverance for you. And he proved them. We end there with Meribah, Selah. Now we come to verse 8. Hear, O my people, and I will testify unto thee. O Israel, if thou wilt hearken unto me, there shall no strange God be in thee, neither shalt thou worship any strange God. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. We have here the word hearken, or also, and actually hearken occurs in the King James translation 3 different times. We have it in verse 8, we have it again in verse 11, and in verse 13. This is not my translation that I just read. This is the King James. But I went back and I looked the Hebrew text, and what we have is the word here is repeated in verse 8. So we have, Hear, O my people, and I will testify, and actually that should not be unto, it should be against you. So, hear, O my people, and I will testify against you. O Israel, if you will hear me, or listen to me. You could translate that, listen to me, if you will listen to me. Listen, O my people, and I will testify against you. O Israel, if you will listen to me. Can't you just hear a father saying that to his son or daughter? This is the first time that he's saying to us, listen. Of course, that word listen that we translate listen or hear is the great Shema. That's the word that we have in Deuteronomy chapter 6, that the Israelites, the Jews, even today, every Sabbath, they recite those verses. Deuteronomy 6, 4 through 6, especially verse 4, is recited every Sabbath day. So this idea of listening to the Lord is very important. So the Lord keys on that right here. Listen to me. There shall be no strange God in thee, neither shalt thou worship any strange God. Well, where do we hear that before? We've heard that in Exodus chapter 20, right? Part of the 10 Commandments. You won't have any other gods before me, and you won't make any images and bow yourself down to them to worship them and to serve them. So we have 2 of the 10 Commandments right there, repeated for us in verse 9, and then we have the opening to the commandments. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. That's verse 2 of Exodus chapter 20, repeated. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. So we have the Lord reciting for us verses 2, 3, 4, and 5, in essence. They're in just 2 verses, reminding us that after he proved them at Meribah, he gave them the law, the 10 Commandments, and he said to them, I am the Lord your God that brought you up out of the land of Egypt. So, apparently something has happened. There's been a breach. and the breach has been over the worship of other gods. And now the Lord is identifying himself to them as the one that delivered them, and he's giving them a promise. Open your mouth wide, and I will fill it. That means, come to me, ask what you will, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of you. I'll deliver you, just like I did in Egypt. Tomorrow, we're going to see there's a problem. Okay, so the second hearken, the first hearken or the first listen is, to the people, if you will listen to me, listen to what I said in the past. Now, listen number 2 is going to be in verse 11, and listen number 3 is going to be in verse 13. We'll see how those play out as we go on through the week. Join me again tomorrow. We'll look at verses 11 through 13 on Daily Dose Radio. Hey there, friends. Just wanted to remind you to go out and get yourself a copy of my new book, Christianity to the Life, by Cotton Mather, edited by me, David Smith. You can find it at Amazon. It's a paperback. It's also in Kindle form, so you can get it for your Kindle or you can get it for your library at home, however you'd like to have it. If you do, I really would appreciate if you would write a review after reading it. Let me know what you think. And it's a really good book. It'll encourage your Christian walk with the Lord. So go out and get Christianity to the Life today on Amazon. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.